Yo, what's up, guys? It's Billy Hauser. I'm just making a quick video on why the inches in life matter more than the yards, feet, or miles. Why are the inches so important? There's this motivational speech. You can look for it on YouTube by Al Pacino in the locker room, and he's kind of coaching his team. Telling them that it's the inches around us that are what really matters in the game of football. And this can be applied to all areas of life. It really is the little things that we consistently do or don't do that determine where we end up in our lives. I really believe that. And something really just hit home for me a couple of days ago. In case you guys don't know, I race motocross. I just got back into it. I used to race when I was kind of growing up, and that's like where kind of a lot of my life was based in racing dirt bikes, motocross. And I always kind of lacked the mindset to really exponentially improve at the sport. There's a lot of limiting beliefs, really with any sport. People blame it on genetics. People blame, the greats. They say, oh, he's great because he has these genetics, or he's great because his dad did this for him at a young age, or he's great because he built up the habits, by age 6, or whatever the excuses people come up with. I had those same excuses with people that were faster than me on the racetrack. And a couple days ago, I went riding with one of my buddies, and we went to this track in New Jersey. It's one of the nicer tracks in our area, and I went there to train for the upcoming nationals that I'm going to be competing in. So I go there and I'm asking him tons of questions because he's been spending a lot of time with one of the fastest riders in our sport. And so I asked him tons of questions about what separates his mindset from the hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people that can't beat him. And he said if there was one thing, well, it's really two things. One is the smaller thing is he knows how to say no at the right times when people ask him to go out, or people ask him to do certain things that don't align with his fitness or diet plan or his training plan. He will turn down the offer, and so he doesn't let the good opinion of others weigh him down in his decision making. The second thing which really stood out to me was that he thinks in tenths of seconds. So on a motocross racetrack, it's all about time. The first person to the finish line after 5, 6, 10, 15, however many laps the race is, first person to the finish line wins. And when you're at a high level of mastery in the sport of dirt biking or racing dirt bikes, it's all about the tenths and 20ths of seconds on the racetrack that determine your speed and determine where you finish in the race. So what separates the fastest riders in the sport of motocross or dirt biking from others is their ability to focus on the little things. On a dirt bike, it's important to have your elbows up, right? It's important, when you're riding on the bike, to not have your elbows, slooping down so that you can't control the bike. It's important to have your toes pointed in towards the bike so that it's easier for your knees to squeeze the bike. It's important to have central body positioning so that you're not too far back or too far forward on the bike to keep proper balance on the bike. And there's a lot of little things, where you position your clutch, your finger on your clutch and your brake, how you do the start, so that you can be the first person into the corner and then also the first person out of the corner, so you can win from the get-go. There's so many little things that go into success in the sport of motocross. And, this goes for really any sport, and it goes for success in really any area of life. So if you don't know the rules, then you can't break the rules, right? And these guys are at a position where they know the rules so well on a dirt bike, where they're actually able to start breaking the rules and trying little nuances that can potentially bring down their lap times or their race times by tenths, 20ths of seconds. So, you know, I wanted to make this video to almost ingrain this into myself as a principle to carry on from here forward. The importance of thinking of the seconds, the milliseconds, the tenths of seconds, the little things that we're doing, thinking, saying to ourselves throughout the day, and how important they are on our path to success. Because if we can't manage what we do in every second of the day, then we can't manage our entire day. And, you know, one way that we can apply this, and I actually have been trying this lately, both riding my dirt bike and in everyday life, is just saying to yourself, whenever you feel yourself procrastinating, saying the word one to yourself. One. And it's almost like a technique that brings you back into reality, even though it's so simple. And you silently say it to yourself. Don't say it out loud or people will think you're crazy. But it keeps you focused, because every second is an opportunity for success. And every second that you deviate from the present moment could be a huge opportunity lost. And that's a big deal. So let's focus more on the seconds of life, all right? Let's focus more on the tenths of seconds. Let's focus more on the inches around us. They're everywhere around us. Let's focus more on the present moment, and let's use this to fuel ourselves on the path to success. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Subscribe and leave a comment if you have anything to add to this video. Or anything that you think stood out to you. I'd love to hear it. All right, guys, have a great day. And remember, try this out. One. Focus. All right, see you guys.